All right. Good afternoon. Sheila started a live video. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How is everyone doing out there today? This lovely Thursday. The week is just flew on by. I mean, this is already Thursday, guys. It's already Thursday. I don't know what's happening here, but these days are really flying by pretty fast. Hi, Inez. Thanks for jumping on. Let me make sure. Okay, I do have IG on live? Thank you, girl. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thanks for everybody that jumped on here today. Elaine Proby here, CEO PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. Hi, Jay Tasha. Thank you for joining in. Yes, yes, yes. Hit like and share, guys. Get some more people on board. We're gonna have an exciting day today. Talk about making money, making money. That's right. Good afternoon, girl. So we're going to talk about making money, guys, investing and making money. Make your money work for you. Make your money work for you. So we want to learn all these tricks of the trade now. Some of us are already doing some of these things. So, you know, the more the merrier, of course. So the more you know, the more you can invest, the more money you can make, the better off you'll be, right? So there's never knowing too much, right? There's never knowing too much. There's always something new that you can learn. So today we're going to talk about building blocks of wealth, and investment is our topic today. We had been having this series for a minute now. We did talk about how you can qualify for a loan to buy real estate, which is one of the building blocks of wealth that we talked about here. And we talk about, you know, insurance, ways you can put money in insurance and have it work for you and all that good stuff. So today we want to talk about some other part of investments, different types of investment, different vehicle you can invest in. And so we're going to discuss that today. And we're going to talk about the tax effect, because again, no matter what it is you do, whenever you talk about making money, there's a tax effect, right? There's some monies that you're going to have to pay the government for some reason or another when you make some money. Hey, T-Rise, thanks for jumping on here. All right, Jay Tasha, thank you, thank you. Okay, guys, so hit like and share. Let's jump right into this today. The building blocks of wealth and investment is what we're talking about. Today, also, I will have a guest on when we get to talking about the different types of investment. One of the major role of all this conversation, and one of the things that is very exciting to most people that everyone is jumping into, and that is investing in their own business. And I'm going to have a guest on today, which I'm excited about, and she's going to tell you guys all about how she invested in her own business and how that is working out for her. Hi, Eureka. Thank you for jumping in here, girl. All right, so we'll have a guest on today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have Miss She-Rise on here today, and she will tell us all about her company and how investing in your own business can really help you build blocks to wealth. We'll have that coming up in shortly. Okay, so but before we get to that, I want to tell you guys what it is about investment and when we should actually start doing this, because, you know, of course, once you start making your money, you need to make sure that you have money set aside for emergency. You have to have your emergency fund set aside. You want to make sure that you set aside a savings, some easily access cash, because we got to have money where we can easily access it. Because some of these investments are going to be long-term that we're going to talk about. So first of all, we got to have money that we can access very easily. It's some savings account, some emergency fund account, and monies that we that are safe, right? Monies that are safe, we just generally just keep into a savings account, and it earn very little interest. But we know, one, it's safe. Two, we can get to it whenever we need to. So that's we want to talk about beyond the safe harbor of keeping money just in the savings account and going out now and making sure that your money can work for you. And that's what the investment is all about. Hi, Karen. Good afternoon. How are you? Good afternoon. Okay. Hi, Margie. Good afternoon, Elaine. Good afternoon, Margie. How are you? Thanks for jumping on, guys. Appreciate you guys jumping in here and get some more of your folks in here. So, again, the investment part is the monies that now you set aside all of your savings and emergency funds. So now we want to make our money work for us. So we want to talk about some vehicle that you can invest in that will allow your money to earn more money. Some in a short period of time, some of them in the more longer term, but we need to be able to do that because the interest rate, everybody knows that the bank is really not that much. You can have $100,000 in a savings account and really don't make that much money. So we'll talk about different types of investment and ways that you can have that money working for you. And this is what you want. Different building wealth, guys, is to be able to have different source of income coming in. right? Different source of income. So we'll talk about how you make that happen. Um, there is long-term investment, there's short-term investment. So depending on how much money you have to invest, you can decide which way you want to go. You can start off small, you can start off very carefully. There is monies that are riskier than others, so you can start off very carefully, you can start very slow until you get the hang of it and learn how it really works. Then you know exactly how fast you can jump into different vehicles, different type of investment, which I'll tell you guys about shortly. Okay. So again, we want our money to work for us. We want a higher yield on our money, which means a higher rate of return. The bank's not giving that much on savings accounts, so we want to be able to put it in places where we can make more money on that money, right? Of course, if you invest $1, and in short order, you can turn that into $100. That's what we want to do. Okay. So that's it. The first point today, why you should invest. And of course, you should be investing because you want your money to make more money for you. You want to get a higher yield, a higher rate of return on your money, some in a short period of time. Some may take a longer period of time. Some investments that are a little riskier may take a little bit longer, but the return on that investment is much larger. Okay. So we'll talk about that, which types of investment are out there, which is probably the most common for most of you guys, and some of the ones that you can just get into without a lot of money. So why you should invest? First point is because you want your money now to start making more money for you. You want to put it in different places. You want to have different stream of income coming in through multiple sources, right? Through multiple sources. This is why you should invest. Hey, Class for Pop, thanks for jumping on here. All right, so that's why you should invest, guys. Let's move on to number 2. Now, we know why we should invest. If we want to make more money. We want our money to make more money for us. Types of investments, right? The most common, most people hear about is the stocks, right? One of the most common investment. And when you buy stocks, guys, you're buying into publicly traded companies. So you're owning a piece of a company. That's when you buy stocks in a company, you're owning a piece of a company. So you're buying into publicly traded company. You're owning some stocks in there, owning a piece of that company. And based on the success of that company, you make money on the stocks that you purchase. So that's one of the most common. Most people are very familiar with that. Again, you can start very small until you're really familiar with how everything is going. Then you can increase your investment. Hi, Miss Proby. Hi, Klaus for Pops. Thank you for jumping on here. All right. Good afternoon, Margie. Good afternoon. Okay, so stocks is, again, like I said, a lot of people is familiar with that. You want to learn the game. If you want to invest in stocks, of course, if you have someone that can assist you with that, it'd be great. And then people buy a lot of bonds. Again, bonds is something that you loan companies your money. You loan the government your money. And this money sometimes is long term. There's maybe a 5-year bond, 10-year bond. Some of that is really great too because you get a great rate of return on that money. So stocks, bonds, mutual funds, you guys, some of the investment out there, annuities. We hear about annuities all the time. I'm not going to get into real detail about these, just to run some of them down. Some of you guys are already familiar with some of this stuff. You can look them up if you're already in the stock market and you want to understand what the annuities are about or what mutual funds is all about, or even buying some bonds. You can look that up, or we'll have to have a whole separate session on what those things are. Commodities is another good vehicle to invest your money in. That's buying physical product, investing in physical product, guys. So you can invest money in commodities and invest money in gold, all that stuff. You can invest money in Bitcoin. You guys hear a lot about that as well. So all of these vehicles are out there where you can invest your money in. Again, you can diversify your investment. Of course, you don't want to put it all in one place. You want to diversify your investment, and you want to be able to have monies that you can have out there long term. You have to determine this, right? See what it is that you have to do. Have monies you can invest long term. Have monies that you can invest, you want to turn over in short term. So based on how long you want to leave the money out there is where you put your money at as far as investment. All right. So Margie, I have a comment over here. And she said, where should over 65 folks invest their money? Over 65 folks invest their money. Margie, that's a good question. I think at this point, at over 65, you pretty much probably have a lot of money invested in your pension plan and all that good stuff. So instead of you can put more money in your pension fund and all that stuff. But again, what I would suggest too If you are very astute about, say, the stock market, you can invest money in stock. We're going to talk about real estate. That's another part of investment, which I really like. You can invest money in real estate. There's a quick way of making money in real estate in terms of buying and selling, maybe not having to hold on to it. So there's a lot of great investment and a lot of good money you can make in real estate, Margie. That's one of my favorite parts. I think I love that the best. Again, real estate, you can do long-term investment in real estate. And also we had a session in the real estate because you can also buy property and have you some passive, positive cash flow income, which will free up some money to even invest elsewhere. So that's a good place. And also, because you can have that extra income coming in, Margie, you can invest it in other ventures, other business ventures. Again, like I said, over 65, you want that money to work for you, so you could invest in other business ventures. There might be a new company, maybe a new product that's coming up on the market, and you might want to invest some money in that for it to make you some money, say maybe in short order, maybe like in a 5-year period. So yeah, there's so many places that over 65, at this point, you can really just sit back and have that money working for you anyway. And this is a good time to be able to do that. All right. So that's a good question, Margie. Very excellent question there. So what we want to talk about, again, some of those vehicles for investment. Like I said, the real estate part we talked about. There's the insurance part that we talked about, and the stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, and Bitcoin, and all that good stuff. But right now, one of the main things that we have been discussing a lot of, guys, that you can invest in other companies, and specifically you can start or create your own business. Now, that again is an excellent way to build wealth, starting and creating your own business. And here today, we are going to invite Miss Sharice Ford to the stage. She rides from She Rides Enterprises, and she will give us some insight on how she have started and created her own business, and is really going to explain to us how it is benefiting her in the long run for her to build wealth within operating and making her own business very successful. So, Ms. She Rides, why don't you come out here and let the folks understand how starting investing money in your own business, guys, is an excellent way for you to, to accrue a massive amount of money. Believe me, massive amount of money you can do. So, guys, welcome to She Rides from Sharice Ford from She Rides Enterprises.
Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for having me.
All right, you're very welcome. So
I wanted to make sure that you knew. I don't believe your Instagram is on. Are you live on Instagram?
Yeah, they're on. I see Clubs for Poppers over here and Jay Tasha.
Okay, let me make sure that I can.
It's live.
Get in there. Oh, you know what? I think I might be.
I don't think they'll see you, but yeah, it's live over there.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and join you over there then too.
Okay. All right. Well, you do that. So in the meantime, guys, we again starting your own business, creating your own business. So many reasons that you want to do that, because of course you have your own autonomy. You can. Do I need to hit something over here?
Yes, you're gonna have to add me on that side as well.
Okay, so I hit view. Does that work? Does that go live with Sharice? All right. See, you learn something new every day. Over 65, Margie. Are you here now? It says it's connected.
Yes.
There you are. See? All right. Hey, Margie, that over 65 thing, girl, works. You learn something new every day. I love it. There you are. Okay, so yes, we talked about investing in your own business, starting your own business. One of the building blocks of creating wealth. And you can make a massive amount of money by investing in your own business. Look, this is the part about this, right? She Rides, you will explain this to them. There is no limit to the amount of money that you can make. Is that right?
That is very true. And that was one of the things that attracted me to want to start my own business. Was I was working for other people, and I realized I was helping them make money for their dream. And I was putting in all this time while they were kind of kicking back and just letting me do all the work for them. And I realized that it never mattered how many accounts I brought, I was always at my salary. And I could never get any higher than that without asking permission or without asking them to give me a raise or something. And I just did not like that feeling. So I was like, what I'm doing for other people, let me do it for myself, so that that way when I do get new accounts, I get that extra money, and it's not just, a flat salary rate. I can actually determine how much it is that I want to make. So that's definitely one of the turn-ons for having my own business, is being able to set my own rate and not having a cap on how much money I can make, which at a 9 to 5, that's kind of like you're just over broke. That's what it stands for. So, and I did not like that.
All right, you see, guys, there you have it. Now, the thing, like Shirai said, is that you have the autonomy, first of all, to put as much as time as you want into your business to make it more successful. And the thing about it, it is for you. You don't have to really share that money with anyone else outside of the staff, the people who are working for you, who is allowing you to make all this money. And there's no limit to this, because you can make as much as you want, because it's based on how much time you put in, right? We all know this. There's so much time you put in. And of course, the sky's the limit. And there are so many successful companies out there, guys, and you guys know of them, where the reward is astronomical. So why not, if you have that vision, to start and create your own business venture, right? Where you have your autonomy, you can work as you please, you can change your product and your services as you please, based on the demand from the public, and allow you to make, as much money as you can make out there. So again, we wanted to encourage everybody to create your own business. If you already have a business going on, we wanted to find ways, and we have this conversation all the time, ways in how you can be more successful in your business. And we have so many sessions in that. You guys can go back over some of these live. We talked about ways for you to improve your business, and also we talked about how you can how you can improve your business from disaster. If there's any other disaster that may pop up, things that you can do to make that work. So Shiraz, what are some of the things that you have put in place now, so based on all of the factors that we talked about in terms of proofing your business for disaster proof? I mean, some of the things that you have put in place in your business that you saw prior to the pandemic that allows you now to function more freely.
Well, one of the things I had learned actually working with you was putting systems in place, and just being able to delegate. That was one of the hardest things for me to be able to do as a business owner, was for me to be able to trust that somebody else can take over what it is that I'm doing on a regular basis, so it can free me up to go out and go get more business. So by watching you, I learned about putting systems in place. And once I have my systems in place, I now teach my employees how to do what it is I do. And I feel confident in letting them do it, because they have a system that they can follow. They have a guide to follow, and it's not just all in my head. And I know a lot of times as an entrepreneur, we start off with so many hats on, we don't know how to take them off. So we're the accountant, we're the publicist, we're the marketing director, we're the lawyer, we're doing a little bit of everything. So just working with you and coming here and watching your lives and everything every Tuesday and Thursday at 1:00, I was learning how to put those type of systems in place. So now when the pandemic hit, it allowed me to have my team working for me, and for me to be able to figure out how I can adjust to the new way of life that we now have in this post-pandemic, or still pandemic era that we're in right now. So I was able to go from having individual clients that I work with to being able to put together She Rise University, which is a digital platform that I use to help teach people how to do public relations and how to use social media to raise their awareness for themselves, rather than hiring someone like me and paying $5,000 a month. It was a way for me to shift, because a lot of people think of public relations as being something extra that they don't really need. But it is something that they definitely need when they're in business. If you're in business and you want people to know about what it is that you have going on, publicity and public relations is definitely something that you need. So it allowed for me to be able to open the door, because in the pandemic, a lot of people were not making money in their business. So when you're not making money in your business, one of the first things that goes is public relations, unfortunately. So for me, it allowed me to keep some of my clients, because I was able to give them another option. And I learned that from, like I said, working with you and learning about different systems to put in place when things like that happen.
All right. Well, see, now, systems. You mentioned systems, and one of the things that we talked about in system, because it allows you to really expand your business. And you just said that it allows any business to expand, because when you have these systems and this automation in place now, you can take on so much more business. Right. So by having these systems in place, you can take on, your business can grow and expand. And so your revenue increase, your profit increase, right? And then you have all this extra cash that you can invest in other vehicles like real estate and other places, for you to be able to have different revenue streams, different sources of income coming in. So that's an excellent version there that you talked about. And because you were able to expand the business in different areas too, that's another thing, guys. By having your own business, so you have the authority to make that decision in the business. So you don't have to just stick to the same business model as we talked about.
Exactly.
So if you want to diversify, you have, you make that decision, and then you diversify, you set it up, you diversify and expand. The whole thing is to have the business to grow, to make more money, so you can have a larger cash flow. So that's a perfect example there. I'm so glad. And then again, thank you for learning a whole lot of stuff on here. So I'm so excited and happy that this stuff does work. And I, wanted it, like, two things. Of course, business is my number one thing, and I'm very excited because I just know we have here at PROBY'S, we had assisted and helped so many people start businesses, stay in business, and have made millions and millions and millions of dollars in those businesses, and they're still operating today. I have clients going 30 years back that are still here with us today, who have been very, very successful. So we have all the proof that having your own business really, really, really works, guys. So any one of you out there that's thinking about starting your own business, of course, go jump right in. Building Black of Wealth, that's an excellent way to do it. Starting your own successful business, and you can make it successful. I mean, there's enough money out there, right? She raises enough money for everybody. I know you can't, you can't service all the clients, right?
No, you can't service everybody. There's too many people. So when people talk about, the industry is too saturated, there's too many people doing what it is that I'm doing. I mean, like I say, I don't know, like I said, watching you, it just kind of gave me the confidence to put myself out there a little bit more and not worry about that, because I know that I'm catering to my own market. And that's something that you talked about, which is making sure that you know who your audience is. Make sure you're not targeting everybody, because you can't service everybody. So one of the things you said was to, make sure you know who it is your target market is, who it is that you're going after, so you can just focus on them and you don't have to worry about the competition or anybody else, because you're focused on what you're doing. So I really appreciate that advice, because it definitely helped me keep going.
Thank you. And the key is over delivering, right? Over delivering to your client and your customers, guys. And then we talked yesterday, we did 2 days ago, we talked about their brand identity too. So you can stand out from the rest. So there's different ways you stand out from the rest. Make sure your brand is on point, your branding is on point. And of course, you over deliver, and you have to satisfy your clients and your customers. Doesn't matter what it is you have to offer, guys. If the clients and the customers are not satisfied, of course, they're not going to come back, and they're not going to refer anybody. So that's a great way to grow the business. So very, very, very great example there. I am so proud of you and proud that you have really taken those steps. So you guys, you see, building blocks of wealth. And again, you're not talking to people who have already made it and have already done it. I really want to focus on the people who is working on making this happen, who's working and figuring out how to invest, how to make more money, and where they should put their money, and of course the different things they could do. And I always say this, it doesn't have to be a lot of money. You don't have to start with a lot of money. You can start with what it is that you have, because the whole idea is laying that foundation, right? It's laying the foundation. Once you know what to do, you can do it. And it doesn't matter how much money you have now, but of course, as you grow, and as you get more successful, then you'll have more money freed up for you to invest more and make more, correct? And and then as you go along, you'll find out what's the best vehicle to keep your money in. Okay, so this is why we are having these sessions, guys. Very excellent point there. And Shiraz, I'm very, very glad to know that you have really worked on some of all the things we talked about and put them all in place. And I have a great example of how to invest in yourself, invest in your business, and being able to have a vehicle that can build you wealth, right? Can have a massive amount of income. And not only that, provide jobs.
Yes.
So
yes.
we love that.
I just want to point out too, because I know that there's a lot of people that that are like me. When I started off, before I got with you, I've been in the industry for years, and I've been freelancing, and I've been doing my own thing. And underneath my brand, I've been doing stuff. But as far as having my business set up, that I did not have set up correctly. I wasn't really paying my taxes. I wasn't really doing any of that stuff. So one thing I definitely like about you and the service that your company provides is that you guys you make sure that to not only help me start my business, but throughout the years of working with you, you've actually helped me stay in business. And I think that that's one of the things that's different about you. I've worked with other people before, but once they get your money, they kind of just tell you the information that you need and they let you go. And then you got to, kind of fish to try to get back in contact with them again, if you can get back in contact with them again. But one thing about you and your team is that if I call the office, they're going to put me in contact with you, or they're going to have an answer to my question. And it just makes my process that much better, because as an entrepreneur, like I said, I'm by myself. There is nobody else but me. So to have somebody like you that takes care of, helping me start and stay in business and taking care of my accounting and all of that stuff, it eases my mind, and it allows me to really focus on my business and grow my business. So I just want to say thank you for everything that I've been learning for you and all the services that you and your team have provided for me.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. Very welcome. Very welcome, Laverne Smith. What is your business? Laverne Smith said, what is your business?
Did she now? My business, I am an entertainment publicist. She must be on Instagram. Is she on Instagram?
Yes, she's on Facebook.
Oh, she's on Facebook. Oh, I see it now. Okay. Hello, Miss Laverne Smith. My business. First of all, my name is Sharice. A lot of people call me She Rise because that's the name of my company. But my name is Sharice Ford, and I am the CEO of the She Rise Enterprise, which is an entertainment company based in Beverly Hills, California. And what I do is I help entertainers and entrepreneurs learn how to use Instagram and public relations in order to rise to new heights. I am Sharice Ford, the 6-foot publicist. So that is what I do. I help people rise to new heights.
All right. Well, thank you for that, Laverne. That said it, and all you guys out there that's listening, that is Sharice Ford with her She Rise business. Again, I really want to emphasize. I want to emphasize on what she says. What we do here is we help people to start and stay in business. The whole idea, you can start, but guys, we talked about all the things that you have to do to stay in business. We talked about staying in compliance to stay in business, as she talked about, making sure that you have all your licenses, make sure that you have all your taxes filed. I mean, I've seen people make millions of dollars, and I've seen them go out of business as well, because I've seen them wind up in tax problems where they completely have to shut down. So, I like the fact that you made that point. It's not only just getting it started, it's staying in business, because the ultimate goal here, guys, is to make as much money as you can within your business so you can invest and have more money to build wealth. And building wealth is not having enough money to go shopping when you want to. That's not even it. It's just being able to have that continuous flow of income from different sources, right? From different sources. And that's the whole idea. Not that we just want to make some money and we can go shopping, buy some more shoes. That's not what we're talking about here.
Well, I want to go shopping, but this time I want to go shopping for real estate. So it's a little different shopping.
Shopping for real estate. There you go.
Yeah.
Karen has something over here. She says, I myself want to thank you. All right. She said, I myself want to thank you. I've learned
I want to
very
thank
much.
You
Okay.
and Lorna very much for helping me make my business going, keep my business going.
All right, with Karen, you're very welcome. I'm very excited too. I know you've been on the live every single week, and you have taken heed on a lot of stuff we talked about, and I've seen you put it into action. I'm so proud of you. It just makes me so happy. Again, what we talked about here, guys, it doesn't matter where you are. The same principles work wherever it is that you are. It works. You have to do the same thing: getting the licenses, staying in business, making people know who you are, get your product out there, have a great service, customer service, all the likes. It is what makes an excellent business and makes you succeed. And again, like I said, it will help you make a whole lot of money. I mean, we have a lot of clients that have done that over the years. Granted, this has been 35 years later, so I've seen it all. So I'm very excited. So thank you, Taj Nash. Hello, how are you? Thanks for jumping in here. All right, so that is very great, Karen. You guys keep up the great work. And again, like Shira said, guys, here at PROBY'S Tax and Accounting, we can assist you with any consultation that you need along the way. The whole thing is for you to do what you do best. not for you to try to do your accounting and anything else. That is not your forte. You want to do what it is that you do best to make more money. And one of the one of the things that I always say is that if you spend time as a CEO of your company and you want to spend a day trying to get your accounting in order, guys, you can pay $1,000 to get that in order while you take that day and make yourself $5,000. Which would you rather do, right? So you have to think about that every time you think about, I'm going to do everything and I can do everything and I'm going to sweep the floor and do it. No, you want to be able to pay to get services done that will allow you to make a lot of money. This is what successful people do. They're not trying to do it all because they can't. You know, to pay for the things that you're not good at. And that's not what you do. That's not what you're in business for. So you guys, you know, just a note of advice, it works every single time. All right. So on that note, She Rise, I wanted to talk about the tax effect of making money and investing. And you know, and you can contribute to this as well, because guys, the third point today is the tax effect. Now we know that there's a tax effect on whenever we make money, there's some taxes that we have to pay, whether it's federal taxes, state taxes, sales taxes, city taxes, business taxes. Some taxes we do have to pay on the money that we make, right? But there are some taxes we don't have to pay on certain types of money that we make, or we can save, so we don't have to pay as much taxes. So one of the things too, within your own business or even within your investment, and again, I do a lot of consultation with people who are investing in different vehicles. They would have a tax consultation meeting before they move on, especially people who are in the real estate business that may want to sell a piece of real estate. And so we have a lot of conversation about this. I just spoke to a client last night who was talking about selling the real estate and doing it in, installment payments and things like that, which will save on taxes, or doing certain things in selling real estate, 1031 exchange, which is save on taxes. So this is what you want to take advantage of, the planning ahead. It will help you tremendously in tax savings. So there are vehicle that you can invest money in that will help you with tax savings now, defer taxes for later. One of the things we talked about a lot is you guys take advantage of your retirement plan at work. You know, you want to put away pre-tax dollars before you pay taxes, put more into your 401k at work, put more into, your IRA plan. You want to put more money in there so you can defer those taxes. And so so that's one way you can invest money and set it aside so you pay taxes later when you pull that money out. There's also investments that you can do. You can put money in an IRA, guys. I mean, a Roth IRA. You guys, we talked about the Roth IRA all the time. The Roth IRA is when you set money into a retirement plan after tax dollars you put into the retirement plan. So when you pull the money out, you don't pay taxes. And this is the great part. If it stays in there for over 5 years, the monies that it earns, the monies that money you set aside, because whenever you put money in a pension plan, that money is going to work for you, right? It just doesn't sit in that account. The company that's holding that fund is working that money for you, so it can earn money on that. It can grow. So the money that you earn on the money set aside for your Roth IRA is tax-free. You don't pay taxes on the monies from the IRA when you pull it out. As long as you leave it there for 5 years, you don't pay taxes on the money that it earns. So those are vehicles that you can set aside, save you on taxes, pay less taxes, or even having some tax-free income later on. There's, it sounds like a whole lot, guys, but all you got to do is just, sit down and sort it out and make notes, make plans. And the best way to conquer all this stuff, guys, is to have consultation as you go along. So if you make a plan, we talk about making your plan, you make your plan and you work that plan and you have consultation as you go along so that you know that you're doing the right thing. It will all work out for you. Okay, so you guys, if you have any questions or comments, put it below so we can see it. Shiraz and myself will be glad to respond to it. So put your comments below if you have any question or comment about this stuff. I am going to go back and recap what we talked about today. This is the building blocks to wealth. This is the series that we're working on, and investments is what we're talking about today. Okay. And we talked about what investments are. That's setting our money aside into different vehicles for it to make us more money. If you put it away in a saving plan, the interest rate is so low, it's going to take forever for you to earn any money. So After you put away your savings money, after you put away your emergency fund and any monies you want to access, have easy access to, after you do all that, the rest of it, guys, you want to be able to put it into a vehicle so that it can make a lot more money for you at a quicker pace. Okay. So first point, why you should invest. That's why you should invest. Second point, types of investments. We talked about that. The most common, which is the stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and the commodities and all that good stuff, gold, Bitcoin, all that good stuff. And of course, real estate, and my favorite, a business. Start a business. That's a great way to invest in yourself and in your business. As you heard from Sharice Ford from She Rise, how her business, she had invested in her business, invested herself. Again, invested in yourself so you can be educated enough to run that business, right? Is that what it is, She Right? And gain
Yes,
that
that is
knowledge,
definitely true.
right? So yes, so invest in yourself so you can invest in your business and expand on that. And there's massive amount of money that you can make in your own business. And then, of course, the third point today is the tax effect of your investments. And any money that you make, you will pay taxes on. But there are some investments that you can have either tax-free or tax deferred. Such as put money away into your pension plan, a 401k, a Roth IRA, a SEP IRA, and any of those vehicles, the money can be deferred, or if it's the Roth, it could be tax-free on the money that it's earned. Okay, so those are my points today. She Writes, anything else you want to add to the viewers out there so that they can, if they haven't already done it, they will jump on it today?
I don't have anything else to say. Just again, thank you for having me again. I appreciate, you for having me be on here and being able to give you your praises because like I said, you've definitely helped me a lot in my business. So it's great to be able to say thank you publicly so other people know how amazing you are and how much you've been a help to me. Because people have even seen me grow. Like, what are you doing different? Like, I've been seeing you more places and doing more things. And yeah, I'm like, yeah, y'all need to go get with PROBY'S over there because they got me hooked up. So yes, definitely. I definitely wanted to just say thank you for everything you've been doing.
All right, and thank you to She Rise. Haven't said it, but she is the marketing angle of all this stuff that has PROBY'S out there looking great too. So we appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you for trusting me to have you out here looking great. I appreciate it.
All right, so I thank you too, and thank all you guys for jumping in here. Thanks, Karen, and all the folks out there who have started their business and who have been inspired and who have learned something from all these sessions that we're having. That's the whole point, is giving back to the community. These sessions are free. You can have other consultation meetings and further consultation meetings if you'd like by giving us a call at PROBY'S Tax and Accounting at 323-290-9034, guys, or you can visit our website at PROBY'stax.com. Okay, so that's where you can find us if you needed to start your own business. Make sure your taxes are in order so you would not lose your business and not behind taxes. Of course, that will not be the case. And if you want to get it going and just learn how to stay in business. Margie has another comment here. If you sell a house in Belize, how will it affect your taxes? So if you sell a house in Belize, Margie, how would it affect your taxes?
That sounds like a topic for like another day to me. That sounds
that's a good one.
that sounds like a topic for another day. Like we could talk about how investing in real estate overseas, or outside of your area affects your taxes.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one, Margie, because that is really involved, and that's a good one, and I really like it because a lot of people have had that question. And once again, like I said, it doesn't matter where you are. The main thing is you're going to find out what all of the ramifications are within that city, within that country, wherever it is that you have that property at. So you're going to make sure that you're fine there, and everything that you do there is great. And of course, you pay the taxes. You want to pay the taxes there, whatever is you have to pay while you based on how you sell that property, and if there's any gain on that property, so you want to pay those taxes there. And then of course we'll talk about when that money comes here in the U.S. and if it's already tax dollars that you send and you already paid the gain there. They don't have you pay taxes twice because you have credit for taxes that you have paid in a foreign entity and some exclusion that can apply. So that's going to be another involved topic. I love it. We're going to talk about that later. Good question. All
I think
right.
that's
That's an
definitely a
excellent
good one,
question.
especially with the way that everything is in the US. Everybody's trying to like flee the US right now and go somewhere else. They're trying to go to Africa, Belize, and everywhere else. So I think that that
Yeah.
topic is, I want to hear more on that topic because I'm trying to go to Africa. So yes, how we do
Right,
that.
right, right. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. There's this foreign entity exclusion, foreign tax exclusion that you pay at, you know, in a foreign country. We'll talk about that. Yeah, so that's another topic. I really love it. Thank you so much for asking. So with that said, guys, I think that covered it all. I would like for you guys to hit like and share on this video, get all your friends on board, get people to understand all this stuff. You cannot do what you do not know. If that makes sense, but makes sense to me. All right. So with that said, I appreciate you guys for jumping on here today. Someone over here. Hey, all the folks over here in IG land. Thank you. Echoes. Okay. She said a lot of echoes going on. So there's some feedback going on, guys. So I hope this came across great for some of you. We'll go back and see what that is. So next time we can correct that. But with that said, you guys have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Have a great weekend. And you guys take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.